Hello, everybody. Good night. My name is Omar Correa, and this is our second video. We are going to be studying the grammar have to and don't have to. It's a very interesting grammar. It is not very difficult, but you have to be sure that you understand the third person. If you understand the third person, everything is going to be just fine. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start. We're gonna start with what the uses. Well, the main use is to express obligation. The have to expresses obligation. And obligation means no options. Obligation means that you must do the order, that you must do the command. You cannot choose. You have to do it. You have no options. Obligation expresses that you don't decide. It's not your call. It's not your decision. You don't decide. And we're going to start with the uses. It has four uses. The first one, we use have to, don't have to express obligation in the present or in the future. Example, I have to pay my house bills this month. That sentence is on present. I have to pay my house bills this month. This month. Where where is the obligation? That if I don't pay the bills, I won't have services. I won't have electricity, I won't have gas, I won't have cable TV. That's why it is my obligation to pay. Second example, I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. That sentence is on future. I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. It's not my obligation. Second use. We use have to talk about strong obligation that comes from somewhere else. For example, your boss, your parents, school, or work. Example, I have to finish my work model before August. That means that I have no option. I have to finish before August. If not, probably I'm gonna have problems at work. You have to be at 9. Remember your mother is alone. You have to be home at 9. Remember your mother is alone. That is my that is my house obligation. I have to be early with my mom. I'm obligated. Third use. We use don't have to when it isn't necessary for us to do something. In other words, to express lack of obligation. I don't have to go to school. I'm not obligated to go to school. That is lack of obligation. Maria doesn't have to wash the car. That means that it's not necessary for Maria to wash the car. It is not her obligation. Don't have to means that there isn't any obligation at all. There is no need to do it. We don't have to paint the mural on Friday. Probably we can paint it on Saturday or on Monday, but it's not an obligation to paint it on Friday. Juan doesn't have to set up the table today. It is not his obligation. It is someone else's obligation. Why? Probably because Juan set the table yesterday. Or probably he's gonna set up the table tomorrow. but today is not his obligation. And those are the four uses. Very simple. Have to expresses obligation. Now we're gonna go to the formation. As always, every grammar we study, it has a structure. It has a formation. And we're gonna start with the affirmative. The affirmative formation starts with the pronoun. Then we're gonna add the have to, or if you chose a third person pronoun, you're gonna need to add has to. Remember that the third person was important? Well, if you choose to write affirmative sentence with a third person pronoun, you're gonna be using has to. After the grammar had to or has to, we're gonna be writing a verb. The verb goes on the base form, please. And after the verb, we're gonna be writing a complement, okay? And I have a couple of examples for you guys. I have to go pay the bills. You have to answer the phone. We have to clean our bedroom. They have to read the same book. Now, the examples using the third person. Mario, which is he. Mario has to wash the dishes tonight. Claudia, which represents she, has to bake the birthday cake. And the last one, the robot has to clean the house twice a day. Those examples are affirmative. Now we're gonna go with the negative formation. As always, we're gonna start with the pronoun. If you choose a third person pronoun, you're gonna be writing doesn't have to. If you don't choose a third person pronoun, you're gonna be using don't have to. Plus the verb in the base form, plus a complement. Examples, I don't have to pay the bills this month. You don't have to finish the project on April. We don't have to run 10 kilometers. Maria, Esteban, and Juan don't have to do the homework. They finished already. Now the examples using the third person. Manuel doesn't have to pay for the lunch. Lola doesn't have to cook this week. And the last one, the school doesn't have to open this month. All those examples were negative. Now we're gonna go for the last structure, the questions. Remember the third person? That was important. In these questions, if you choose a third person pronoun, you're gonna be starting your question with does. If you don't choose a third person pronoun, your question is gonna be starting with do. After the do or does, have to plus the verb plus the complement. And I have a couple of examples for you guys. Do I have to wash the dishes? Do you have to read out the book next month? Do we have to record a video for the meeting? Do they have to finish the exam today? Now, the last three examples on questions using third person pronouns. Does Hector have to wash his clothes? Does Susan have to learn French this semester? And the last one, does Sid have to vacuum all the floors on this week? And that's it. Basically, that's all the information you guys gonna need to do your homework. Okay, remember, if you have questions about your homework or if you have questions about the grammar, we have Zoom meetings Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, so bye bye, be safe, bye bye.